Welcome to RaspberrySky Straight Talking series. I am delighted to introduce you to Olivier Delaunoy, the CTO of Bloc Hotels. Hi, Olivier.
Hi, Sally. You all right?
Yes, good, thank you. Could you just give us an overview of Bloc Hotels?
Yeah, Bloc Hotel started roughly 10 years ago as a very simplistic project. We were at that time very keen on construction, so we built the first hotel in the Jewelry Quarter in Birmingham in 6 days. So we use a volumetric system, and that's what we really were into: construction system, etc. Our next project went from a little hotel in the Jewelry Quarter to a fairly large hotel with very high occupancy, 98% on average, into the heart of Gatwick Airport. So it's not next, it's not on the side, it's inside. So the customer uses the same lift to go to the hotel than they do to depart. But throughout all of that time, our aim was always to be architecturally inventive and technology-wise inventive. Not at the forefront all the time, because that's risky, but to use stable technology to enhance our products.
Fantastic. And I know when we spoke before, we were talking about your digital journey, and you made it really clear that you have a very API-centric approach and in-house development using cloud PMS. Can you talk us through your current digital journey?
Yes, I think what was important to us, and that was even before the coronavirus, was always to have a journey that was based in our product in the airport. I've missed my flight, I book a room, I go to my room, I control my room, I check out, I leave the room, done, without having to speak to anybody. So you can control the lift, you can control the doors, you can control the corridor doors. If you have a valid stay, you can do all of that, and you can do all of that seamlessly and throughout. If you want to speak to the front desk, you can. If you want to speak to us using live chat, you can. But we wanted to have that complete journey without human intervention, if the customer choose to, because we believed that was the future, and we started working on this 6 years ago. And we developed hardware, software to make all this happen. We went through multiple iterations until we developed this web app. So it's not an app for Android or iOS. It's an app that is a reskin website that allows to do all of these things and seamlessly. So the room is allocated automatically, the payment is taken automatically, the lock is open when you need it, and it's not using RFID or NFC. It's better than that. You don't have to, oh my God, where do I need to put my phone for it to work? No, you just press and the door opens. And so we also work with manufacturers to evolve and develop the technology that made this possible.
So let's just touch on the door locking piece, because I know when we spoke before, I quite like the fact that you called it the exploding key. But talk to me a bit more about that.
The key, the way it works, and it's quite unique, is the customer gets an email when he makes his booking.
Yeah.
And in that email, there's a button, control my room. And if you press that button, you can control everything that is related to your room: your door, your light, your blind, your TV, your aircon, everything, in very quick real time. But only when you've checked in. So you have to check yourself in, and then you can control your room. If you don't, you can't, for security reasons. But the exploding key is this product. That means that the key only exists for that period of time, the customer stays period of time, and is attached to the customer, not to the room. And so that makes the entire system very fluid and very efficient, and you have everything in one place. You don't have to, oh, I need to control my light now. Oh, let's find the app, and no, it's all there. You press the link in your email, and you get an update on the time of arrival. You get another email say, oh, you really can press this little button to control your room. So we do all that automatically to make sure the customer don't even have to look for the emails that he had 3 weeks ago or 6 months ago when he made the booking. So we try to make the customer journey very organic and the way that the customer expected. It was not seamless to develop, but now it's very seamless.
But the beauty of it being attached to the person is, say, for instance, if they checked in and they didn't like the room or whatever and they changed room, the point being is that the door piece goes with the customer. It's not assigned to the room.
in our case, you could be in a room, never touch a switch because you're scared of viruses, etc. Never touch a remote control, never do anything, and control every single variable: the aircon, the blind, the light, the lock, everything done with your phone and without the use of an app. So you don't have to download anything.
So for you then, because you're such at the forefront in terms of the development, what are the biggest challenges that you're faced with the digitalization of the journey?
When you start looking into system, if the system is not ready for what you're trying to do, it brings an upper level of complexity. And the lock were definitely one of the most difficult things we had to do.
Yeah.
Because the way that you press a button on your phone on a web app to open your door is very different than using an RFID or a card to open your door. You have to change the whole infrastructure of your hotel so that the lock can speak to a gateway, and then we can speak to that gateway to say open that door because the customer has a key, is a valid key, etc. And so that meant that you have to change your infrastructure to accommodate all these systems. It doesn't happen by magic. Luckily, we developed implementation protocol that allow us to, when we did Gatwick, for example, Bloc Hotel Gatwick, that was done when the hotel was 98% occupied and we didn't lose one room sale. The hotel was full every night, and we rewired all the electric, rewired all of the network, did everything when the hotel was fully occupied. So we start working at 11, finished at 5. And so, that was the challenge, mounting the technology and then changing your entire infrastructure.
So I'm really interested for you to share with us where you think the future is in terms of digitalization. Because when we spoke before, you talked about, multiple APIs, relationship data lakes. Can you just share some of your thoughts in terms of what you're looking at strategically?
We're looking at a multitude, of things. One of them, it is something I personally believe in, which is the multiple API approach, into which you use API to find the right answer, you use other API to validate the right answer, and you use a final API to display to the customer. Because if anyone these days, and you can speak to anybody, you use one, it never works. You have to separate the data, analyze it using different AIs to make it coherent and working. Now, the future for us is make sure that we become, or automated system become far more performant. And what we've done, luckily, because we've been at it for a long time, and we use live chat and we use Skype, and we kept all of this history, all of that information. So right. The future for us is to take 15 or 16,000 live chat entry, look at that data, validate it, so that the customer will always get the most pertinent answer to their question. Not an answer that is taken because somebody else has asked the question. No, an answer that is based on a customer question that has been received before. And so then it becomes uncanny. It becomes, my God, this is so good, because you look at 16,000 answers to produce the best one. And
so I guess it's that fine line, isn't it, between sort of being completely automated, but still being sort of like the customer being at the forefront and feeling comfortable.
Well, the future is cloud-centric, API-centric, AI-centric, and algorithm-centric. A lot of people say, look at my system, it's so intelligent. And 99% of the time is an algorithm, not an API. There's a massive difference. An algorithm is a piece of software that is devised to find a mistake and correct it because it's been told how to. An AI has the ability to make a judgment and apply that judgment.
So I think your whole message to me before was it was about the convergence of software to create the ultimate results, which is kind of what you're saying here, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that you don't want to go too silly with it, because you can lose a lot of money in your mind. But what you need to do is you need to definitely build consistency and rational into your product, and never be told that you cannot do something. You can always do it, and we are yet to encounter a problem that we were not able to solve.
Brilliant. Olivier, I know that was short and sweet, but I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.